Welcome back to the Odyssey. I am Mike Odyssey, and well, we have some news on Nintendo Switch 2. I wanted to make the video on Sunday, even though I don't release videos on weekends. I have weekends off and I do weekday videos. I needed to release this video because I wanted to make sure that as a content creator, you hear exactly what has been reported and not speculation, because I already see speculations on Twitter about this confirms the Switch 2 will not be out until, when the actual report says nothing on release dates for Switch 2 and everything on support for the Nintendo Switch. Let's go ahead and get into the article before we get everything here. If you appreciate, my friends, straightforward news, no real crazy speculations that would lead you to believe that something has been delayed or something has been pushed back even further, or just straight to the point news, then hit that subscribe button, leave your comment down below, and like the video. Let's go ahead and here I'm reading from mynintendonews.com, and they happen to have the more clear article out there in regards to this news. And so it says here, rumor: Nintendo has 2 big re-releases to launch on current Switch after 2025. Now, off the bat, we already know that basically this is kind of a given, right? We know that there's ports and remakes coming to Nintendo Switch, the current model, not the Switch 2. And so what this basically article is actually talking about is that these 2 big re-releases are coming after 2025 in March, okay? And so let's go ahead and read here. It says, a new rumor is currently doing the rounds online from PH Brazil. This is the same person who was the first to note that the Switch 2 was originally planned to release at the end of 2024, but had slipped into early next year. Okay, so basically had slipped into early next year. There has been no change on this. That's the first thing I want to tell you guys. There has been no change in this rumor whatsoever. Yes, there have been many content creators telling us and assuming and speculating that, oh, we could see the Nintendo Switch 2 by December of 2025. I'm like, who said that? Was there a credible source? Can you provide me a link where you found this? No link, no source. It's their own speculation, which just kind of basically doesn't really help the industry, because there's no real credible source behind it. They're just saying it. So right now, the release of the Nintendo Switch 2, apparently, according to PH Brazil, which was the first one who basically told us about the delay, so far, the year's not over yet, but he says it's early next year, okay? So he's back. At this time, he says that Nintendo has 2 re-releases, 2 ports, okay? Re-releases are ports in the works, which are due out after March 2025 for the current Nintendo Switch system. He says that one of these classic re-releases was originally on the Nintendo GameCube. Yes, this one I would call a classic because it's from the GameCube. And so I would actually say this could be one of the Zelda games, right? This could be one of the Mario Party, the one that I discovered on the trademark that was updated. If you want to kind of know what GameCube game could make it to NSO, not NSO, the Switch, besides Wind Waker, Twilight Princess, then I release a whole bunch of trademarks and patents also on Twitter, so follow me there. And the second one is a classic 3DS title. I would not call this classic just because it's 3DS, right? This is the prior to Switch handheld console, so it's not really a classic, it's a title. And so he also added that these probably won't be shown during the Nintendo Direct presentation, which is confirmed for next month. So, what do we know? So carrying on from this, he speculates that Nintendo intends to fully support the original Switch, despite the fact that its successor will be available. Okay, now I know this is speculation. He says it right here. He speculates. But basically, this goes alongside what he said before. This right here wasn't speculation. This is what he heard. He said that the Nintendo Switch 2 was going to be out early next year instead of this year. Early next year. And so, if these games were to come out, right, after March, that kind of goes in hand with his speculation that the Switch will still continue to be supported even though the Switch successor will be available. Now, I've been saying this for a while. Nintendo will continue to service and support the Nintendo Switch even if the Switch 2 is available. And so that's why a lot of us believe that eventually the Nintendo Switch will beat out the PlayStation 2 in sales, because there are still people who are going to be purchasing this Nintendo system at a lower price, and there will be games coming to it at least for a year. I would say maybe a year and a half more after the Switch successor is out, right? And so this is good news for all Nintendo Switch fans who are not ready to yet upgrade, right? Who want to take their time to upgrade, or you just want to make sure that the game is available, the system is available, and you don't want to just go online and hog and try to overpay in case of scalpers. You know what? You want to go into a market and just pick one up naturally. And so you want to take your time and buy a Switch the right way instead of just kind of, hunting down and being disappointed and such and such. So that's good news for everyone who basically is not ready yet to upgrade, even with the Switch 2 out. So this is exactly what the article and what PH Brazil is mentioning. Not that the Switch 2 is coming out even later next year. It's more that the Nintendo Switch will continue to be supported after the Switch 2 comes out. I believe that with video games, yeah, I would say a year after, maybe even 2 years after, we'll see video games come to Switch, the current model, right? From Nintendo. From third-party developers, I would say even 5 years, 6 years, we'll continue to see games make it to Nintendo Switch, because there is a massive install base. I'm going to keep my Switch. I know you're probably going to keep your Switch. And so we'll have the Switch 2 and the Switch if you don't have to trade it in, right? And so I believe that third-party developers will continue to make games for Nintendo Switch and Nintendo Switch 2 for those games that are not really, big graphical games, right? And so that is what the article is about. I just wanted to put this video out there to make sure that you guys get the right information. No speculation, just plain and simple, news. All right, my friends. Yes, the Switch will be supported for at least up to 10 years after Nintendo Switch 2 is out. I mean, Nintendo just literally finished support for the Wii U, and this is the 8th year of the Nintendo Switch. So imagine how much more will they support an install base this big, just to give you an idea. So I would say 10 to 11 more years, the Switch will still be alive and kicking. So, all right, my friends, that is going to do it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a wonderful, wonderful Sunday, and I'll see you tomorrow. Never give up and journey on. Peace.